Hi everyone, welcome to our video for the online class for the week of July 2nd for class 7. I am in Canvas under modules, and you'll see here you have the module for week 7, July 2nd. You've got a few different items here, and I want to start with week 7 online class. So we'll click on that. It opens up a page in Canvas with all of the activities and links that you need for this week. So first of all, you're going to be watching the video. You are here with me, and I'm going to go through some slides with you, and then you'll come back to this Canvas page to complete everything once you have a little overview. Okay, so here we are in the slides. This week is about integrating the arts, the community as classroom, and that includes field trips, both field trips you take with your students to physical places as well as virtual field trips. So I want to start off with a few ideas from the chapter 14 in Doing History about using the arts. There are a few key ideas that really stood out to me and some things I want you to think about as you move through the activities for today around the arts. The arts really help our students ask and answer different kinds of questions. The arts affect us all in different ways, and we respond in different ways, and I think that using arts in social studies and literacy is a great advantage. The art is evidence of the worldview and perspective of people from different cultures, so it's built into multiple perspectives. By looking at art from different artists, from different time periods, we are looking at multiple perspectives. Using the arts allows us to look at both the form, and we are also looking at content. Sorry, I got those reversed, content and form. So it's both what an artist is expressing in their piece, but also what kind of form, what kind of media. Is it sculpture, and does that tell us about the time period? Is it photography, and that tells us about the history of the time period and when photography was developing. So it's not just the content of the art, but also the format or the form of art is important too. And then back to the idea of multiple perspectives, there is a unique point of view behind all sources, including art. Later in chapter 14, the authors of Doing History talk about the arts as a vehicle for expressing understanding. And we've touched on this in class a little bit, the way that using the arts as a way to assess students, a way to allow students to show what they know, really allows our students to express themselves in different ways. Some students in our class who may not be strong readers and writers may really be able to show you that they understand social studies concepts through the arts. Students learn different ways to represent knowledge. Knowledge doesn't always have to be written. Think about how you can encourage students to show what they know with pictures, symbols, a range of different artistic expressions. Keep in mind that students need an authentic audience for their work, and that includes their art. So how are you going to showcase the way that students use art to express what they know? And one thing I wanted to point out from this chapter is if we're using the arts, if we're allowing students to creatively express themselves around social studies concepts and historical facts, we want to make sure these are historically sound and bound, meaning the facts and information that students are presenting, whether it's through a skit or a play or a collage or any kind of creative artistic expression, are credible. They're using evidence from text, they're using facts, and that they make sense within the context. So if students are presenting a play about the gold rush, as much as possible, they're going to, that context is going, the students, they're not going to be watching, texting each other on their phones if it takes place during the time of the gold rush, right? So it has to be within the context, historically bound, that what is realistic for that time period. After you've read Doing History chapter 14, if you haven't read it yet, I want you can keep going, watching the video overview, but before you create your interpretation, I would like you to make sure you read the chapter. But what you're going to do next as you go through the online module is to create a collage or a drawing that you are responding to the idea that multiple perspectives are reflected in social studies. So you can use ideas from the readings, discussions, your outside knowledge. I want you to represent what multiple perspectives means to you, why the concept is important, how we best teach from this position, and you're going to do it all in an artistic way. So I used collage. I'm going to show you mine. Here's my collage response to the idea of multiple perspectives in social studies. Feel free to take this in whatever direction you like. If you like to draw and you're an artist, you do not need to collage. You don't need to use images from other people. I'm not such an artist, so I decided to collage with images I found in magazines. I'm going to briefly go back to the online module just to take you through what is going to be happening there. So you can see we've got after doing history chapter 14, that's where you're going to draw or collage your response. I would like you to paste your image into this Google Doc. So it looks like this. It's just got instructions. It's got a table with rows for each of you. I started mine here. You're just going to paste in, take a picture when you finish your drawing or your collage, take a photo of it or scan it and just paste it right into the table and put your name. When you've completed your artistic expression about multiple perspectives, you're going to come back to the online module here and you've got some videos to watch. So I'm going to go back to my slides for a moment, but remember the videos are here in the Canvas module for you. So you're going to be doing a few things related to field trips and expanding your classroom. Like I just mentioned, you have some videos to watch. Those are all linked in the Canvas class page. After you've watched the videos, you're going to read a blog post about making the most of field trips. It's very short, very to the point, some really practical ideas. After you've watched the videos and read the blog post, then you're going to add to a different Google Doc. This one is about field trips. It is here, Field Trips and Expanding the Classroom. I've started you off with some sites and links. I would like you to review those. Add some description and reviews. Who would this be good for? What did you think of it when you checked it out? Was the link broken? If so, let me know. Then down at the bottom, there are blank spots where you can begin to add your own links. So you are going to go to Format up above, go down to Table, insert row below. That will allow you to put in a new row if there are not any blank rows when you come to add your resources. So you're just going to put a topic or title, grade level if there is one. If it's all grade levels or a range, you could also list that. Then you're going to add the link and then any short description review of that site or resource. Going back to my slides. So once you've added those resources to the Google Doc, there is also a Canvas discussion about field trips. So 3 questions to answer and then you'll respond to classmates. Remember that you can find the discussion both listed here in the week 7 page. It is right here. Contribute to the Expanding the Classroom discussion. You can also find discussions over on the left-hand side, here in Canvas, right over here on the left. So you can get to it a couple different ways. The questions, just a few short questions that you're going to answer in your discussion post. What do you remember about field trips from when you were in school? What are the advantages of field trips? What positive impact can they have? And then what concerns do you have about using field trips, real or virtual? What challenges might there be? Remember, after posting a response, then please comment on at least 3 classmates. If you notice that you're one of the first to post, you may want to come back in a day or 2 to respond to classmates when there are more responses posted to the discussion. Okay, another task you're going to be working on over the next couple of weeks for the online class is working on your unit plan, having a draft of your unit plan, and then sharing that with a peer like we talked about in class on June 25th. So by July 5th, I'd like you to share a draft of your unit plan, all parts, whatever you've got completed so far, with your peer editing partner. You can use that if you're in Google Docs. You can do that by using the share setting up on Google Docs. It's up here on the corner in any Google Doc that you're working on. Or you can just email it directly to your peer reviewer. Then by July 7th, I would like you to have given feedback to your partner so that they can use that feedback to improve their draft that they're turning in by July 9th. So you really need to give your feedback by the 7th so that your peer has a day or 2 to integrate your feedback. Coming back to the online module for a minute, we are here. So by July 5th, you're going to share a draft of your plan with your partner. By July 7th, you're going to have given feedback to your partner. I also linked the developing and improving your unit plan document that we looked at in class on the 25th here in case you would like to use it. Okay, wrapping up our video, the last thing I want to remind you is all that's coming up for July 9th and as the end of the semester gets closer. You are going to read Doing History Chapter 3 on Canvas for our class on July 9th. Your unit plan is due on July 9th. The team teaching group, please make sure you check in with me a day or two ahead of the July 9th class. You're also going to complete any revisions to your CAT assignment and post those on TaskStream. You should have gotten feedback sometime over the next week and a half to your CAT, and you will have, if you have required revisions, please make sure that you revise your CAT and post it to TaskStream. Or those of you who don't have TaskStream because we're evolving, make sure to put it in a safe folder and save it for your portfolio. Finally, you have your cultural inquiry and oral history assignments. Don't forget about those. Don't leave them until the last week. I will be around. I'll be taking a few days off here and there between now and July 9th. I will try to get back to you within 2 to 3 days if you send me a message. I hope you have a great couple weeks. Enjoy your 4th of July holiday. Be safe. And I look forward to seeing you at 4 p.m. on July 9th.